And good people, welcome back to part 2 of Horizon Zero Dawn, The Final Verdict. Ah, still feels great to say that. Alright, well, I'm just gonna not jump down, but jump to this other positive because this one will be pretty quick, I hope. And I knew this was gonna be over 50 plus minutes because I've been playing this game for like streaming wise, 3 years. And because I was very determined to explore everything I could in the base game and the DLC, of course it was going to take me up to 61 hours, like I said in the last video. But moving on to the other positive, the previous positive I said was Aloy is a fantastic character. There was an excellent story with a straightforward story that gets more complex, and it's just more sci-fi, which I freaking love. Amazing characters throughout, especially Silence, who's voiced by Lance Reddick, and Aloy, of course, OG Aloy, along with any other side characters that we meet in side missions, errands, and so on. And I did talk about the excellent gameplay while I was playing the Stormbird, and it was, I mean, I don't think that kind of like emphasizes the point, but I think it kind of shows the point that the bow and arrow is so dope. Along with the focus that if you see my walkthrough, and of course, like I said, this is going to be spoilers, so I'm going to show clips from the base game, so those are major spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, then why are you watching the verdict video? Like, come on. But along with that, I did talk about that, how basically the focus is like detective, and in specific missions, it really is intuitive. I love it. I do like the detective skills, or basically the focus abilities. Now, jumping ahead, I think the crafting and skills that you get for Aloy is pitch perfect. I don't think it's like perfect as there are some solid games with solid crafting, but this one, oh yeah, absolutely, just how you level up, kill the machines as you are leveling up, you feel like a woman who just feels like I don't know how to describe it. Aloy is pretty much OG. Like, this is her first foray in the video game world, and she feels pretty freaking awesome. I know some of the stuff is like DLC, like some of it, like the dismount and strike and the repair, the machine, but everything else, like from silent drop to low profile to double shot to triple shot, and the call just any horses on the fly, it's the most coolest skills I have seen in an open world in a long while. And for 2017, competing with Breath of the Wild, yeah, hey, Zero Dawn, respect on that. Along with that, crafting these weapons and modifying your outfits and the kind of accessibility, the customizations that goes with every ammo, and upgrading your pouch. That harkened back to my Far Cry 3 days. Yeah, pretty much having 60 arrows compared to the 20 that you start with is just so dope. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. I think I wanted to kind of like just sum it up because I wanted to show you the UI of basically the crafting. I think it was very intuitive. I think it was very creative. It felt like Guerrilla Games really put their budget as long as they put their budget in the graphics. They also put the budget in this well-crafted, pitch perfect. It was pretty much a perfect story, and the crafting. They did everything well. Now this one is easy. Okay, you see where I'm at right now? Just looking at this tent. Is there a story to tell? Absolutely. That people were camped here. Look at how expansive this world is. That's my next positive. Well, my next positive. Solid world building. And by solid world building, I mean this is a gorgeous world. Guerrilla Games have the budget, and this could have took years. Look at that. You can even see, I don't know if that's the Stormhawk, if I can be honest. Not Stormhawk, Stormbird, but the fact that you just see something like that tells a story in itself. Even if the story sucked, the world is the most well-crafted world in 2017, besides Breath of the Wild, of course. But this is like really well-crafted than it should. Okay, this is where I am. I'm all the way over here. Now, let's just go all the way over here before the DLC. And hold on. And I'm gonna show you just like one more location, just based on the fast travel. Because you could tell that there was a lot of attention to detail that Guerrilla Games did to touch every village, every settlement in the base game. That they took their time to make sure every village, people, well, I'll get to that in a minute, but the environment, they made sure the environment was well defined. Okay, this is another aerial map too. It's the same mountain, or it's a different mountain, but it also has a story to tell too. From these tree branches, the rappel, this is it's an antenna. It's basically an antenna for maybe a city block. And another place I'll go ahead and show you is Devil's Thirst. Hold phone. And we'll get there in a minute. But along, and I'm going to add this with the solid world building too, the collectibles that you collect in the base game also do a solid job of filling in the backstory of what happened to Earth A, I guess in a sense our Earth, before Tefero destroyed the world with his basically machine, his killing machines. This is clearly something from Earth. This kind of like skyline. I don't know if we're in New York, just based on, because I know the Burning Shores is set in Los Angeles, but I don't know if we're in New York. But this looks like a freaking nuke went in this city. I don't know if it's New York. I don't know if it's like a very high metropolitan city. There's so much story and lore to tell just from looking at these. It just feels like there was so much history that went in that. And then after Tefaro pretty much purged Apollo, deleted Apollo is what I mean, all that knowledge just got lost, and these people became like babies. They literally took baby steps in this prehistoric killer machine world, and that's pretty screwed up. But that's some really excellent world design that you actually want to question, like, hey, how's this exist? This is clearly a highway. That's an interstate highway sign. And that's incredible. Because you're like Aloy too, when she's 6, and she's questioning everything too from the get-go, because she's wondering, like, what happened to these people? Why are they dead? Why is it everything the way it is? Why are we worshiping AIs as gods? I don't get that. And we're kind of like on the boat too. Our immediate mystery, or our immediate question as soon as we enter Horizon Zero Dawn is, what happened to this place? Why does it exist? And when we get those questions answered, there might be a plot hole. There might be. I mean, pretty much Silence is a plot hole, a major plot hole with the after credits, but it's just the fact that this world tells so much, but it tells so much, but you don't know. And that's what I absolutely enjoy about it, that you don't know how this world became to be. You don't know why the machines exist in the first place. You don't know what caused these machines to be feral, because you know that they have to be peacekeepers, as Ted Farrell said in the base game, but they're not. They're killing machines. And once you complete the game, like fully, like you get done with everything in terms of main campaign, then everything clicks. It just clicks like a lightning bulb. Not a lightning bulb, I try to say light bulb. It just clicks. And then you have that horrifying thought of how it became to be. See what I mean? This has a story too. Looks like the Grand Canyon. And they really did their work. They did their homework, and they should get all the acclaim they should get. That's impressive. And that kind of goes to the next one, jaw-dropping graphics. I just went from a snow level, forest level, the Grand Canyon, and a blizzard level, and also a forest and vegetation. The graphics are just out of this world. In terms of 2017, yeah, I think they accomplished a lot. I am actually, what's the word I want to use? Not bewildered. I'm stunned in a good way, because it took them time. Even, I bet, if my wife looked at this, she'd be like, yeah, that looks like a movie. That looks pretty. And I'd be like, Yeah, it does. This is kind of the reason why you bought the PS4. This is the this is one of the reasons why you bought the PS4. Along with the cinematic PlayStation games, this is one of the early titles from 2017 that you bought your PS4. I mean, look at this. This lush green leaf right here to the color palette of the sun setting, to the clouds, to the trees, to just basically the water level right there that I'm actually trying to make a point. The graphics are too solid. They're way too solid. It shouldn't be this solid. And this was just in 2017. Talk less when we get to Horizon Forbidden West. I've seen the graphics of that. That looks top notch too. But yeah, everything is just like it's like a piece of. I'm going to use this other metaphor. It's like a piece of pie, and they got all of the pieces of pie just right, and it just has that delicious feeling. Now I'm hungry. That's kind of weird. But anyway, well, that's the point I'm trying to make. So yeah, along with having solid world building, just that you immediately want to be like, what happened to this place? What caused this? Why are there machines everywhere? Why are people dressed up like they're from the prehistoric age? And you just, that's some solid world design. And the more you learn about it, the more you feel invested in it. And the more you look at the graphics, the more you're just like, I'm gonna take some screenshots or photo mode, I guess, in this case. So yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, so the other thing is the enemy design, and this is kind of one of the we're almost done with this one, luckily. The enemy design and the enemy variety is astounding. And yeah, there's enough said. I could pretty much walk just a little bit, and I could just see a machine right freaking there. He's right there. Every step that you take, all the enemies are not going to be the same. From the Stalkers to the Thunderjawks to the Stormbirds to everybody. No, there is no same machine. Roll the next clip. Okay, cool, you're back, and that's what I mean. You even find a Deathbringer. That's just that's Nightmare incarnate. That's like Earth A was screwed because there was tons of them. There was millions, or who knows how many. It doomed the civilization, so there must have been a lot of them. But yeah, the enemy designs and the enemy variety is one of the strong selling points. If it wasn't the world building at Aloy, it was definitely the enemy designs. Pretty much a girl killing robots for whatever reason. Everyone would think that would be freaking weird. I mean, at first glance, if I had to tell somebody like, hey, what's Horizon Zero Dawn about? It's about a girl killing robots and robot dinosaurs with a bow and arrow. That doesn't sound fun. No, it's absolutely fun. Try it. Oh my gosh, it's actually fun. I know. If I told you that, there's more to it, and that wouldn't sell you. There's another one. That's a Snapmaw, and it's just roaming just because. It doesn't give a crap. I'm over here. It's just that you don't encounter the same enemy, and so combat, as a result, is just so different. It keeps you on your toes because you know you're not going to fight the same enemy. Like this big guy. He looks like a freaking crocodile, but a robot. And it also adds to the fact that with the jaw-dropping graphics of night and day cycle, rain, and actual realistic, I am I'm excited of when I play Horizon Forbidden West of what the weather cycle and the 9-day cycle and the graphics because they had the time. It took them 5 years to make Horizon Forbidden West, so you know it took them time to get the graphics like up there. So yeah, that's the last thing. Okay, so the last, well, okay, next to the last positive. I know, I was straight to the point, kept it simple. I know 50 plus minutes, but I have videos this time. So the other one, and I think I might just go to the main menu, and then I think that will sum it up too. Alright, so in terms of the other positive is, well, if it was playing, the music is pretty much perfect. It's perfect. And I'll even go to the main menu because I want to actually show you guys of, hey, this is what the music's like. It's pretty freaking fantastic. I highly recommend it. But yeah, George the Man, yeah, he really is the man. This is Aloy's theme by George the Man. It's the perfect opening music for just, you know, you're going to be in a grand adventure with perfect artistry in terms of the main menu. It's kind of what up there in terms of my top opening main menu music. It's up there. It's very up there. Aloy's theme just is such a perfect introduction piece of the adventure you're about to experience, and it has a little bit of melancholy too. Like, hey, this is so beautifully haunting, but there's a story with it, a tragic origin story with it, and it's not wrong. But it just feels like Aloy's also grand adventure that she of self-discovery just from Aloy's name. I know that was very, very introspective, but that's how you feel with Aloy's theme in almost every music. It fits the mood, any cutscene, any environment, any gameplay moments. All the music fits because George the Man definitely wanted to just kind of like go times heighten the emotional moments because he understands the task he was going to take taking this open world. He knew the music could have been repetitive, and it could have been, but the fact that there is different musical accompaniments and distinctive musical styles throughout the whole game, no musical piece is the same. It's perfect from the beginning, and it's perfect from the end. That's enough said. And the last positive I have about this is, well, Project Zero Dawn is the coolest sci-fi twist I have seen in a long while. I have seen some pretty solid, cool sci-fi twists, but Project Zero Dawn, when I really thought about it, I was like, that is the coolest sci-fi twist ever. And as soon as I saw it the first time, like, I actually saw it, it's worth acknowledging. As soon as I found the history or the actual truth about Enduring Victory and about Project Zero Dawn, about how Earth was destroyed, like completely destroyed. It could have been done. It could have been absolutely done. And then we would have never had this game. But the fact that this world exists and then it was remade by a freaking AI, that still trips me up. My wonder and my curiosity and excitement is if Horizon Forbidden West is going to top that. Please don't spoilers. Please no spoilers on Horizon Forbidden West. But I'm hyped for it. I know I shouldn't be hyped. I probably should pretty much keep my expectations low, but I don't know. It's got me hyped. But yeah, Project Zero Dawn is because just when you really think about it, it's so well thought up and it's clever of the developers to do something like that. That takes balls. It takes balls, and I give them a lot of acclaim on that. And I just wanted to acknowledge that because Project Zero Dawn, just the whole concept of how Earth was really screwed by the machines because of one guy's hubris, and just the fact that how desperate our Earth, was just in the brink of annihilation, and how they all had to basically cope and know their life was over, knowing that they will meet a generation they'll never meet. I just find that entire sci-fi concept of Project Zero Dawn the most interesting aspect of it. I hope Horizon Forbidden West tops it. I hope there's a moment. It doesn't have to be all of it, but I don't know. It's gonna really be hard to. It's gonna be really hard to exceed Project Zero Dawn. I think it's the best moment in this game, and it'll probably be the best moment in the series. Something's gonna top it, and it's gonna be hard to top that. But the last moment, and I want to make sure I'm still recording, 19 minutes, good. The last moment is the ending is perfect. And you know why Horizon Zero Dawn's ending is perfect? It completes Aloy's character arc. I mean, there was more to tell, but in terms of the personal stakes and emotional stakes, Hades is still alive, so that's why there had to be a sequel, obviously, because of the Horus unit. Of pretty much Silence finding the Horus unit and about to activate it. See, that's sequel bait. Absolutely. Is it effective sequel bait? Absolutely. But in terms, if they just didn't show the after credits, the ending was perfect because it closes the book on Aloy's journey that they could have ended it there. And the fact that she got the closure with her mom, or Elizabeth Sobek, really, her clone, well, not her clone, the original Aloy in a sense, but just the fact that we can close the book on Aloy's character arc from self-discovery, she did. She becomes a better person from the beginning to the end. She does become a better person. And just the fact that everything seems like it's like been wrapped up in a nice little bow. And it is. It does. And plus you get the emotional impact of Aloy saying bye to the closest thing that she has to the mother. And it's such a profound and beautiful moment. There's no words that I can describe it. I was watching the ending on YouTube, and I see the comments, and people are saying, "I cry like a baby every time," and I was like, you know, I actually respect you guys crying like a baby, or I was like, I always tear up every time I see the ending, and I can see why. You tear up because it's so effective. So that's why I'm gonna show you guys. But of course, you can leave that like, comment, or subscribe. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. And guys, if I don't see you, well, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and whatever time zone you're in. And I'll see you in the next clip. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next clip. All right, have a good one.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I'd hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV, so the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable, even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. time to check in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.